Today, Fraser and I are riding a pretty cool indoor spot. Now, last year, or even the year before actually, I think Duncan and Ross MacArthur and I came and rode in here. Now, this is the Scottish Biketrial Club HQ, and they have built a really cool indoor riding spot. And because the weather these last few days and even weeks has been so bad here in Scotland, that's why last week I did a live video because the weather didn't allow us to go ride outside. This time I've guaranteed us a good riding spot by booking a day ride here. And actually this place isn't just restricted to indoors, they have a really cool outdoor spot as well. Now unfortunately it is a little bit windy today. It would be cool to come and ride some of this stuff because it's not actually raining. But yeah, I think mainly we're going to be indoors today. But check out this area, it's so cool. And you might remember some of this stuff too. Years and years ago, Drop and Roll did a video called This Is Drop and Roll, where we all dressed up in glam rock style and yeah, pretended that we were doing like a rock show. Well, this is the rig that we used. You can even see the cutout. This is where Danny stuck his head through, where Duncan pretended to drop onto his body. So yeah, some good memories with this stuff. But in the meantime, it is winter in Scotland, so indoors it is. Oh, look at that balance. Look at that balance. So Fraser actually does have his Hex with him today, and I've brought this thing. So if you actually saw my live feed the other day, you would know all about this. There is an elephant in the room with this bike though, because if you did watch that live feed, you'll notice that it does look slightly different. In the live feed, I had a different fork and different brakes. However, when I actually did some hops just in the car park outside the house, there were some pretty nasty noises coming from the front end of the bike, and when I took the fork out, there was actually a slight crack in the carbon steerer, and there's no way I'm going to be riding that. Instead, I've gone and put on a fork with a front V-brake, which to be fair is actually my preferred brake. I actually don't like front Maguras at all. And to match the front brake, I actually swapped the back brake for a V-brake as well. I think in the live stream video I was talking about how much I prefer V-brakes. Well, potentially today I'm going to show you why I prefer these brakes. Lastly, I'm actually filming this video on my new Insta360 Ace Pro, and my first impressions, I'll be honest with you, weren't that great. I got this mainly because of its low light performance, and when I tried it in the house it seemed pretty damn bad. But I don't know, we're going to film this video and you decide, is it any good? Bike's almost too light, it's so weird, it feels so twitchy. This back brake's an absolute whopper. Like normally V-brakes on the back are quite quiet, but noisy backwards, whereas this is noisy both directions. It's working so well. So annoying having a front rim brake though. You basically can't ride smoothly. Every time you try and roll down something, it's just like so annoying. But it is light and it is precise. One advantage with a front rim brake is they tend to stop you on the spot. So I actually haven't even properly looked or tested this, but I've seen a gap to front. Let's see if this front brake allows it to happen. Can't believe it, it's been a while, but business time. Oh, nice t-shirt. I've got the new TLB merch. Nice and bright. Right, we've set young Thrasborough a wee challenge, and I'm also setting the camera in a different setting here. This is in standard filming mode, whereas before it was on pure video, which is better for low light. So let me know which you prefer. So it's got to go up onto, oh no, that's a 5 Fraser, that was both feet down. Oh, so close. Right, this comp's got 4 laps. Nice. So I did that gap to front wheel. I just had a little practice and I just did it up to back wheel, which doesn't make any sense in my head. I did it first try. So let's see if we can do it second try, because I need to document that. I'll tell you what, gaps on low bottom bracket bikes are so much easier than on high bottom bracket bikes. I feel like you can just fling them, like your body's just in a much better position to land on a low bottom bracket bike. So I'm stoked on that. That's a big old gap. Might try this hook and see how a front rim brake helps with that.
Oh, I'm not skinny. Nice.
That gap was further than I thought. Oh, he kept it. And he kept it. Oh, I was going to do an up to front. I'm stoked on that gap. Really stoked. I wonder if I can make it a little bit harder and land on the wee box there. Oh,
Got your tire on it.
this back brake's a whopper. It's so good. Oh, come on. Oh, I can't quite keep it.
You dead, bro.
Ah, apart from that bit, stoked with that. That's the biggest gap I've done for ages. Oh. That's better.
Go, keep it going, keep the line going.
Oh, I don't know where the line is going.
Back up. And then across it with pallet. Yeah, on. Right then, onto this round thing.
I didn't know whether I could get that or not. Right, well the sun's out, at least just for a little bit, so Fraser's going to do a lap of this wooden section here. And I've changed the mode on the camera to free frame mode, so let me know how this looks. Nice. Right, let's see how this bike copes on some rocks.
Wobbly.
It's a bit wobbly, that one, isn't it?
It's a rock, mate. Don't know if you meant to do that.
Oh. front rim brakes, they're definitely got their places for a comp trials bike. That stops an absolute dime. It's just a shame you can't roll about quietly. Oh no. Oh, come on. I'm literally having to look exactly where my back wheel's going because there's kind of a bit of a lip there. So I've got this exact point, I reckon would be good, or that point. So I just need to get one of those. If we go on this point, basically means I have to go at the biggest point of that. That is so scary.
Is that a really special one?
Yeah, a genuine one. So Fraser has a goal he's aiming to get to where he goes across bike rails. So until then, he set up some practice to hop along the back wheel on these.
I don't think I can start here.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Oh, nice. Fraser is on my bike. He has very little experience of riding long comp style bikes, and he actually, I think the weirdest thing for Fraser is how long the stems are. So he's going to try get up this box here and see if he can do it any better on the long bike. Or was that a pedal on that?
Oh, that doesn't count, does it? Go!
Close.
Oh, it just made it up. I hit the front of my shoe. Oh my god.
Oh dear. That looked brutal. I thought you were going to snap your leg in the back then.
I just like was here and just went like that. Oh my god.
Right. I think it's time for a tea break. Made myself a bigger gap to front. And actually might be right at my limits here.
Oh, what happened?
Front brake blew up.
Oh my god, that was probably me, to be fair.
That's actually my fault for not using a bolt with a bigger shoulder on it. Might be able to fix it. Depends where I can find all of the brake. A little bit. Right, let's see if we can put this brake back together. So this is one cool thing about V-brakes as well. If you actually put them together properly, they're actually quite hard to brake because a Magura, a hydraulic rim brake, has quite exposed hoses and it's only plastic, they're not braided, and it can be really easy to rip the hose, and with it being a hydraulic system, that's it, you're just gone. And it's really hard to get spares as well. Whereas a V-brake, this is quite catastrophic, but there's no fluid loss, the cable's hard to break. And if I did break any of this, a lot of bike shops would have a cable or potentially even a V-brake, so it's a lot easier to repair. Found a couple of washers. Let's see if these work. They're not going to be pretty, but hopefully just do the job. Fixed.
Oh, first go.
There we go. All the hops.
Nice.
Gonna try a big static hook. And one thing I find really hard with a bike like this, especially the further you tilt your bars, is lifting front wheel. Even with pedal strokes up stuff, I tend to just dive my front wheel in accidentally, so hopefully I can just get my front wheel hooked over the top, and then it's the hard bit of getting up. Yeah, it's so hard to pick the front end up, I find. This is definitely where a high bottom bracket would help. Ah, my front foot hit it as I was going up. See, the front brake would be going backwards if you had it on the back of the fork here. Oh, just. Ah, I'm happy with that.
Nice.
Ooh. Almost went a bit too much then. I was end up starting going off that way.
You pretty much did it.
Oh, I'm losing it. There we go. That's scary. Pow. Okay, so we have another rider. This is Finn Johnston, and this is basically his playground. This is where he lives, and yeah, he's actually really, really good. He's going to show me how to do these. Oh, maybe not. The camera pressure. Nice. Yeah, you made that look easy. How old are you again?
16.
60. Oh, it makes me sick. I'm literally old enough to be your dad quite comfortably. Youth. You'll know better.
Huh.
Nice.
That counts.
Bit wild at the end.
These pedals are, they do slip off pretty easy, don't they?
They're no pinned pedals, are they?
No.
Nice.
That's crazy.
Bit sketchy.
Thin.
Yeah, that's like.
Okay, that's going to be the end of the ride because the battery is pretty much run out in this camera and the SD card is almost full. Really cool to ride this Koxx Beleay frame, and no, I'm not making up those names, it really was called a Koxx. French brands came out with some pretty funny names back then. But this thing is awesome, definitely the lightest bike I've ridden for a long time, and I know I've mentioned it a few times, but oh my god, these V-brakes are actually amazing. Definitely makes me remember why I used to love these brakes so much, but even then I don't remember them being as good as this. This is definitely the best brake I've ever used for this style of riding. Big thanks to Finn and his dad for letting Fraser and I come and ride. Like I said at the start of the video, if you want to come and ride here yourself, I'll put all the links down below. They do allow people to come here and ride occasionally. Let me know what you thought of this camera as well. The light in here at the minute is getting pretty dark, but earlier with bright lighting, I'm hoping this actually worked pretty well. I need to try this on the mountain bike in the woods and see how that footage looks, because I'm hoping this camera could actually look pretty decent in those dark woods. But yeah, thanks once again for joining us, and we'll be back next week doing something or other. So take care everyone, bye bye.